What's going on, guys? And for the win here, we are back with our franchise mode as the New York Rangers. And here we are, picking up where we left off. Going into the trade deadline area, we might have one trade to make, but we're trying to solve most of our problems internally with the stacked roster we have. Trying Eichel back onto the second line, Jas back onto the third. Eichel right now off the power play completely, but got Jas there on the point. And I did make some change. I took off Haskin and tried to put Kravtsov back in there. He used to do really well in the power play. He takes a lot of shots. I think even probably at a higher rate than Eichel does. Eichel got 135 in 62 games played. That's just not enough, whereas Kravtsov probably has either the same amount or maybe, yeah, he has more playing with way less ice time. He's had no power play time this year, so I figured we put him on the power play. He'll shoot a lot, which will help on that second power play unit because all they have right now is Wahlstrom, Byfield, Jas, and Grantham should be passers. And having Haskin in there, I think we at least need two shooters, Wahlstrom and Kravtsov. So that should improve our power play. And I'm leaving our first unit completely how it is. So no more Haskin in on the power play, but he only had one power play point this year in total, so there you go. So that's what we're going to try out. And I think we might try to maybe snag a slightly better goalie than Gustafsson. Not, not to say anything against Gustafsson, but what if Schlumko goes down with an injury? Are we going to trust an 81 to get the job done for us? I don't think so. I'm not feeling that. But everything else, I like the rest of our team. Yeah. So that's really all we're going to go for here. Is try to, yeah, well, maybe we'll look for one. If there's nothing like that's great available, then I'm not going to go for it. But if we could find like a really, really solid, solid goaltender to, like I wouldn't even be mad at getting Gibson here, except for that contract. I gotta still make, even though it's the last year, I'm still trying to make, trades that would make sense here. No one here. Yeah, nope. Nope. I would love someone who's like mid 80s to grab. That's kind of what I'm after here. If we could find someone like that, awesome. Bissonnette, he's a bit on the, yeah, he's younger, so they're less likely to want to give him up. Shesterkin. We can grab back Shesterkin. No, we can't because he signed for 2 more years. Odinger, he actually, you know what? He got to an 85. He got to an 85. He's doing pretty good this year. Does he have any playoff numbers? Played in 1 game, did really well. Played in 10 games, did really well. That's a kind of spread out, though. Not a whole lot of, But you know what? I think this is very solid. The thing is, though, is this a team? I don't know what kind of team this is. Would they be willing to give up that guy? Well, if I gave him... he's kind of their goalie. And they don't want to give him up. And they're going to make the playoffs, so it's pretty hard to try to convince these guys to give him up because I don't really have a NHL-ready goalie to hand them, but I'll keep Odinger in mind. Great to find like a rebuilder, but that's pretty tough right now. Yeah, no one here, man. Corpusalo, no. Okay, well, there's Matt Murray. He's way lower overall than what's being listed here, I'm sure. But could be a nice, a veteran-type presence. You basically want to look at his contract to see, like, where his overall is going to be in that case. Wow, look what they signed Manning for. How's he even doing? Oh, man. Nope. Yikes. Nothing. Yeah. It's pretty tough to find that, like, perfect one I'm thinking of. There's Hellebuck, but 83 is maybe a bit too low. Plus, he's got 2 years left. Yeah, that Detroit guy honestly would be perfect. So let's go all in. Let's make him an offer they literally can't refuse. We'll take Odinger. Let's see here. Gustafsson. This guy would have to clear waivers, as I recall, so we'd have to just leave him scratched. Again, not that it really matters, but it kind of does. This elite guy. Put him in there. Just do that 1-for-1. He's at least can play in the NHL for him, so they should accept that. Yep. So, oh, it's saying we have to send down 2 people. Why, though? Oh, cap. Yeah, cap. So maybe too expensive. Unless we send back some cap their way. I don't think they're going to want... That they might retain with how much of a freaking deal they're getting. Let's see. I also don't want to run into the major cap issues here. Let's see what it'll say if I need to send people down. All it's saying is I need to send down Gustafsson. Which is not the biggest deal, but... In which case, I might as well trade him to free up the cap. This trade's going to go through. Unless I have some kind of cap elsewhere that I could ship off so I won't have to move him down. Unless it's just because I have too many players. That might be the case, actually. That I have too many players. Yeah, I don't have any, like, crazy cap anywhere. Hold on. Is it because I have too many players, in which case I could send anyone down? Before I pull the trigger on this, I just want to double check that. I'm thinking I might actually have 2 depth forwards and 1 depth defenseman up. For some reason, that's ringing a bell. So I want to make sure of that. Yes, we have both Sylvester and Ramirez. This guy's waiver eligible. Ramirez is waiver eligible. So they're both waiver eligible. Okay, so honestly... I might as well put Gustafsson in instead. Yeah, he's looking like the backup of the future. This is the last year, so I'm less worried about that. And backups are a dime a dozen, so we'll put that guy in instead of someone else. Besides, even that elite guy could actually be turned into the backup. At least they're getting more of an NHL ready player back. But I like this guy. He's got the 1 year left. We can retain on that, and especially if I put in that goalie now, it'll be a lot more solid. But this is just big insurance policy for the playoffs. If Schlemko goes down with injury, we want a bit more. So put him in there, and we can make it maybe more worth it. Our own first. They're not going to want to retain, so maybe it has to be that elite goalie. I could do that. That's really not a big deal. I mean, look how many fucking goalies we have. Let's just make it well worth it for them and be done with it. 4 tier. Then we would have to perhaps get another goaltender for the AHL, but AHL doesn't matter. Oh, we'd actually have too few goalies. We'd need to sign one, so I actually can't even really do that. All right, let's put in this guy, another starting goaltender prospect. What do you say to that? Still not. How many more goalies do you want? I got plenty. I got too many goalies. What the hell? How did I have 2 franchises, 3 total, but 2 in the system. That's ridiculous. Just throw in all the starting potential ones, basically, I guess, yeah. Take your pick. What? Oh, get out. Come on, how many more goalies do you want? Giving you 4. You're gonna be fine. The value just isn't there. They really wanted that. Fine, I'll give you Gustafsson. And I unfortunately can't throw this guy in there as much as I wish I could. So I'll just throw in something else, I guess. Fuck it. Fine, I don't care. Just take something. Just take something. I want this guy. It's my insurance policy. You know what? Keep your picks too. It doesn't matter. Gimme. Thank you. Yeah. Call for your resignation. Okay, so he better be on this main roster. Yeah, some people might not like him, but we did get a quality player back, so where's those morale boosts? There we go. Multiple morale boosts for acquiring a quality player. There you go. So we got an 85 goalie now as our backup. If Schlemko goes down, we have a much better number 2 goalie now. So that is pretty much the main trade we're going to make. We made some changes to our lines to hopefully get some better optimization. We're going to chest Eichel up here just because Helmerson, although he doesn't shoot that much. He's more of a passer guy. So maybe having another hybrid shooter there on that second line will work. I think that was my logic behind making that change, and try Jas back there. He's still going to have power play time. Second power play unit should be better now. We'll see how we do. Let me actually check what our stats are so that I could see if we look better overall at the end or worse. But, I mean, goals for is great already. I'm just trying to get that what am I trying to say? Just trying to get that second line going a bit more if I can. Oh, penalty kill is actually bad. Hold on. I didn't think that was bad. Let me actually check that then, because we don't want a bad penalty kill. Let me try to switch that around here. What do we got there so far? Andronov, Gore, Chistov, Byfield. That actually looks good to me. Maybe it's the defensive pairings. I don't think it should be, but... Huh. It looks very similar to what we have had. I can't really find anything wrong with that fucking penalty kill. I'm like, huh, what's wrong with this? Nothing. Maybe I already changed it. Who knows? Whatever. I'm not going to touch that. Game wants to say it's bad, fine, but everyone who's looking at that thinks it's good. All right, let's finish this season off then and get ready for the playoffs, for the push. One big push, baby. Let's go. Finish this season off right. We have a better goaltender now. Well, better backup, I should say. And Detroit got way more than they needed. All right, no. There we go. There's a nice W to start things off. All right. Looking solid. We lose right there, but we get a point, so it's not horrible, but you'd prefer not to lose at all, ever. Go 82-0 every year and go 16-0 in the playoffs. I don't think that'll ever be done, but what if it is done one day? A team goes like, at least a team going 16-0 in the playoffs. That's probably, well, not 16-0. I bet a team's gone undefeated, but probably back in the day when Montreal were winning all their cups and there was only like 2 rounds, including the cup. They played like 1 round of playoff and then the Stanley Cup. That's cheating, that is. That's why you get asterisks. 2 shutouts in a row right there. And likely one of them was played by Odinger. Another dub. Another dub. 50-win season. There we go. Wow. All right. Now we're clicking. Offense is flowing. All right, we lose right there. Defense is doing good. We've had a few shutouts here. A lot of 1-goal games. I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. Just don't let me see that 20, though. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, luckily that's only a mild concussion. He will be back before the playoffs, but we do not want Helmerson to be injured. That is a no-no. Let's give Grantham some extra ice time so he doesn't piss and moan. And stuff Zubov in there, who's a ridiculously good depth guy. Our whole team is stacked. Even our depth players should be like in top 4 or 3rd line. Damn it, we hit 20. What did I say? I shouldn't have said anything. That's why we did it. 2 shutouts in a row again. Helmerson's back. So let's stuff him in there. Grantham was getting double shifted on the power play right there. Better not bitch about ice time now, son. Win in overtime. Nice. Obviously not going to hit 60 wins because that's mathematically impossible, but 58 win season I'll take. 58, 20, and 4. We're going to face Buffalo in the first round. I don't know if we face these guys. We probably have at some point over this franchise mode. We must have faced them, but I don't remember. Okay, well, there are our first round opponents. Let's wrap things up here. Our goals for went up, so 3.57. Goals against went way down, 2.16. That's what we wanted to see. We just won the division by 2 points as well. Maybe even won the Presidents. Power play at 24%. Penalty kill went up to 81.3. So it's a big improvement in that short amount of time. From 79, you went up 2.3% with all the other regular season numbers. Yeah, I'd say that's good. 4 shorties. Columbus had 10. That's a little scary. Home record 25, 13, and 3. Away record, though, 33, 7, and 1. Road Warriors, 8, 2, and 0 in the last 10. Fear us on the road, but we got home ice advantage in the playoffs. And it looks like Patrick Laine led the team in points with 90. Right behind him was Jack Hughes with 89. Wahlstrom had 63 points, 34 goals. Byfield, 63 points, 47 assists. Andronov had 58 points, 44 assists. Jass with 54 points. Anderson had 52, Gore with 40, Kravtsov had 39 with 20 goals. Allen almost had 20 goals. Morgan Eichel didn't do shit. But whatever. It gives up more room for Wahlstrom and Andronov to do their thing. He's more of a defensive type threat. And especially with Helmerson being back there in the top 4. I mean, if we need a spark, we can put Jass up there. But right now, I think that third line will exploit some matchups. So, yeah, we'll see. I'm not going to just move them down immediately. Our overall scoring went up. So, yeah. Well, our power play actually went slightly down. So, you got to keep that in mind. Defensively, Helmerson, 53 points. Heiskanen, 38. Shea, 32. Grantham with 19. Everyone's a major plus. Bird has the best plus. 45, 43, and 44. Really good, though. And goaltenders. Yeah, Odinger did what he needed to do, man. I mean, it's hard to say. I think he already... No, he only... Did he have 5 shutouts? I felt like he had 4. Or 3. I don't know. Wow, Schlemko has 8 shutouts now. Didn't he only... How many shutouts did Schlemko have when I last checked? I know it was way low. So he got a shit ton of shutouts right there. Oh my god, yeah, he played lights out for the end of the year. Absolutely lights out. Yeah, we're in good shape. Holy crap, he played lights out. He was at like the 2.2 range. Stock had a pretty effective rookie year. Plus 28. 10 points as a defensive defenseman. Only 27 PIMs. There you go, man. He fought once, too. So only 22. Only 11 minor penalties. Yep. That's the kind of defensive defenseman you want, man, for sure. He's actually fairly aggressive, too, in 85. But he's got enough discipline to counteract that. Looking real good. All right. Let's check around the league here. We don't have any contests, but it is fun just to see. Audi Marchessault. Oh, is that the other one? Because I thought one of them was on the Kings. Alright, there's 2 of them. Who knows? Alright, but he got a 105-point season. Nathan McKinnon with a 103-point season. Both of them with 40 goals. But Igor Khabibulin with 48 goals. Looking like he'll be the leader. No one quite at 50. Oh, never mind. Oh! Oh, Jack Hughes hype! Jack Hughes hype! Wait. I was like, wait a sec. What about... Yeah. Hughes had 57 goals. I completely missed that somehow when I was looking at all the numbers. That's an absurd amount of goals. And he won. He won the Maurice Richard. Jack Hughes, yay! Yes, he finally gets the Maurice Richard. I think he's always just come up short. Even when he's had insane seasons, he's just always somehow come up short. Yeah, here's the other. No, that's not the other Audi Marchessault. Hell, I don't know where he is. All right, plus minus. Patrick Laine, then Hughes, then Byfield. First line hype, baby. The most well-rounded first line in the NHL. Get great production. I mean, Byfield, we're only paying him 6.3, so for him to get 60-point seasons and really be a good defenseman, you can't ask for much more. Or a good defensive player, I should say. Not a defenseman at all. All right, who's the most clutch? Kaigadorov, 11 game winners with 48 goals. Better ratio for Kari Luhi, but what can you do? All right, power play goals. Audie Marchessault with 18. Then Pat Couturier. Line A down there with 14, so congrats to him. Total power play points. We never are up here because we have actually 2 good power play units. So watch out for those Capitals lines, apparently. That Capital power play. Fabry, Audie Marchessault, and Brody Ernie. A lot of points from them. Oh, defensive stuff. Let's see here. Vernarski, Matthews look like Matthews might be making another bid for that Selke. Looking exceptionally strong. Oh, it's a -4 though. We'll see. We'll see how much. I mean, how much? Maybe Perfetti. Because no, he's only a +9. And Vernarski, I think his faceoff percentage may be too low. Yeah. I'd still say it should be Matthews. Because, like, fuck the +-. Like, if he's on a bad team, there's not much you can do about that. He's doing his part. Take way more faceoffs than Vernarski, too. So the only close one I think would be Perfetti. And faceoff percentage is close enough that maybe that that +- comes in, but less hits, less blocks, more giveaways, and less takeaways. Like, yeah, I still think that should be Matthews. We'll see. We shall see. All right, so Zach Werenski actually led in points with a 64. Interesting. Oh, excuse me, didn't see that coming. Oh my god! Look at those fucking +-. Jesus. Let's see some good stuff. Yeah, Bird, Shea, Halmerson. There we go. There's Heiskanen too. So the top 3 is our guys. And then Heiskanen's still in the top 5. The only one who snuck in there was Zach Werenski in Columbus. Get some. All right, goaltenders. Schlemko might have made a push to the top here. We'll see. Yeah, he might have. Yep. Schlemko actually just said, fuck you all. And turned it on at the end of the year. Absolutely wrecked face. 8 shutouts. .930 save percentage. 2.04 goals against. And with 3 more games played than Bissonnette, he only allowed... Oh, that's 5 more goals. So that is very, very close, but... Save percentage, yeah. It is close between he and Bissonnette. But still. Schlemko. Gotta give him the trophies. Almost a 50-win season, too. Almost 50 wins as a goaltender in a season. Insanity. Insanity. Let's check the rooks. Andre Amonte, 68 points as a rookie. I wonder if he's be cool if he was like related to Tony Amonte some way, playing on the Habs. Whoo! Look at those offensive stats. Even though they're not fully scouted, they can only really go down just a few, so they're still in the 90s. he's only an 85 overall. Whoa. This guy's pretty good. Oh, he's got shit face-offs. And he's a center. What a surprise. Why am I yawning? Yep, terrible face-off percentage. Wow, though. I don't think any rookie goal is going to take anything away. They have to play at least. Manning's considered a rookie. Nope. All right, at least he had a better end of the season. But yeah, I think we chose the right goalie. Just saying. All right. So, we'll check the fun stats now before we get into the playoffs. Hit leader. 190 for Kirby Dach. And fights. Really? Holy shit. Holy crap, we're back in the 80s, boys. What the hell? Jack Sparks. Jan Olzan. What the fuck? Stop it. Violent. What is violence anyway? Oh my gosh. And they're all like these young, like, you know, drafted dudes who are going to be two-way defenders or two-way forwards. I guarantee you all of them are going to be two-way defenders or two-way forwards. What did I say? What did I say? What did I say? Where's Sontag? Oh, finally a grinder. But this is 10. Everyone with 20 or more are two-way defenders or two-way forwards. Even that. Rawlings, still another two-way. EA loves to make two-way guys fight a shit ton. Don't know what it is, but they do. Should probably fight a little less, I think, but hey, you never know. Alright. So we've got the Buffalo Sabres coming up here in the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Let's not get kicked out in round one. Let's make a run. This is the last year regardless of what happens. So we'd like to end it on a good note. So Skinner, Eichel, Ulf Sundqvist, Nylander, Bernarski, Reinhart. They have a very strong and very deep offensive core. Yeah. Very good top two. The rest of it, not that great. So they better have a strong goaltender. They do have Luukkonen, who last year did pretty good in the playoffs. So, yeah, I'd say they're built well enough to make runs, but they're going up against the deepest team in the NHL. So we've got to show them why we're the deepest team in the NHL. So let's do it here. I mean, we should have the edge. You look at our lines versus their lines, really. I mean, yes, they are deep, but we are deeper. Yes, they have a good top two, but we have a fantastic everything. Our entire defensive core is good. We have a good top two, a good top four, and a great top six. And of course, Schlemko. Even if he gets injured, we have Odinger. So, we have an excellent insurance policy in net. We're going all in here. So let's see what happens. Game one, first round. Let's go, New York, New York. 2-1 victory. All right, bit of a defensive game. We're able to get the goals necessary and shut things down. Game two on home ice, Madison Square Garden. Get hyped. There we go, 4-2 victory in game two. Now we head on the road, but we were probably the best road team in the NHL. So are we going to take it to them in their house? Yeah, we actually lose 4-3. Okay, so they fight back. Series tied Series is brought back the 2 games to 1 in our favor. Let's get the win now. Let's not go down twice. There you go, 3-1 victory. 3-1 series lead back on home ice for game 5. Let's go, New York. Ooh, shutout 2-0. Buffalo's making it interesting. Game 6. Wait a sec. Come on, guys. Road. Oh, wait! 4-2, and Buffalo forces a game 7. Holy shit, Buffalo. They're not going down without a fight. I'm going to trust my lineup, though, I think. Yeah, I'm going to trust my lineup still. Let's go. Let's go, guys. Game 7 in round 1. Was not expecting this to happen. Come on, New York. Don't do this to me. Let's not get upset here. This would be an upset. Keep that in mind. Couldn't score on the power play right there. Shots are pretty even. A lot of shots happening here. Wide open action in the first period, but Jack Hughes. There we go. 1-0 for the Rangers. Power play right after that. Can we capitalize? Of course not, because we never do in the simulation. I cannot think of the last time our power plays actually scored in the simulation. In this kind of simulation, I should say. All right, so 1-0 at the end of 1. 15 shots to 10. Wide open action. Let's tighten up there. Okay, never mind. Poulin scores on the first shot in the second period. Doesn't matter if we get a power play. We don't score on them. Just score here 5-on-5. It's a tie game. We got to get another one here. Luukkonen shutting the door. Schlemko trying to do the same, but Luukkonen right now is on fire. Look how many shots he's facing, and he's keeping that puck out of the net. Rangers need a goal, but Jack Eichel takes the lead for Buffalo. Do not do this to me, game. Do not do this to me. 2-1 lead going into the third for Buffalo. Holy crap, we're on home ice. New York, get your shit together. Get your shit together. Put it in a museum. I don't care what you do with it. Just get it all together. Third period. Comeback time. Let's go. Let's go, guys. Get the goal. Start with 1, tie it up. Start with 1, get the tie. Come on. Come on, New York. Come on, power play. Do something for once. Holy crap. Holy crap, we can't go down. This can't happen. This can't happen. It happened. We go down in round fucking 1. Unreal. Fuck this game, dude. That's some bullshit. Straight up, that's bullshit. I mean, Luukkonen stands on his fucking head. You don't need a good defensive core. All you need is a goaltender who sims well, apparently. Wow, we lost 3 in a row to get eliminated. Upset City. Upset City. What happened, though? Crabs, I mean, look at that. Our depth killed it. First line, no. Jas did okay. Third looked like second lines did nothing. It's kind of been the story here. Yeah, second line actually did nothing. So not even defensively they're good. Helmerson was a -8. Jesus Christ. Well, tried to go all... That's anticlimactic as hell. That's just super, super, super anticlimactic. Like, come on now. How did this team lose to that? Just ridiculous. Only 4 points. Like, look at our fucking, like, how does this line not score? How does this line not score? Helmerson got no points. Like, it makes zero sense from season to playoffs sometimes. Pisses me the fuck off. Like, our depth killed it. Cool. But no one else did. And our second line woes continue. I mean, we switched around. We tried so many different combinations. Who the hell knows what the issues with that second line was, but we've won it before. This time, we get kicked out in the fucking first round against Buffalo. Buffalo, of all teams, kick us out. That is extremely anticlimactic, but... what can you do, I guess? I don't know. I'm so disappointed. I'm so disappointed. Let's take a look at some of the guys who have been here for a long time, such as Quinton Byfield's been here his whole career. We'll take a look at what he's done for the Rangers. You know, he's always been like a 60s point scorer. Only his rookie year was the only year he didn't hit 60. He got 40. Then he was 64, 80, 72, 62, 75, 76, and 63. Plus minuses were always great. He would get some decent power play production. He actually had a really good face-off percentage, too. I mean, he was playing wing, so he wasn't hitting a lot of face-offs, but he had a great face-off percentage when he was needed. Yeah. Excellent. And his playoff numbers, not so good this last year, but he's usually been pretty damn solid. Look at our cup runs. He had 19 points in 22 games, then 15 points in 20 games. And even aside from those, he pretty much was near point a game the entire time in the playoffs. So Quinton Byfield... outstanding presence to have. He was such an important part of this team. Yeah, and yes, he wasn't a huge point scorer, but you could see when it mattered, he put it in. And look at the freaking price we have him at. Ridiculous. What a team player. Jack Hughes, always above point a game. Only 1 year. Sorry, he had 3 years where he was below point a game. His rookie year, his sophomore year, and then. Yeah, but right after that, after he kind of got settled into the league, age 21, 22 and on, point a game. Nothing less than point a game. His highest points season was 96, but this was his highest goal season with 57, I believe. Yeah, this is his highest goal total, so there we go. Good on you, Jack Hughes. His playoff numbers, this was the year he won the Conn Smythe, I'm pretty sure. Or maybe he won it. Yeah, because Shostorkin won it that year. But yeah, Jack Hughes, always a solid point. But this year was actually his worst year of production. Only 3 points total in 7 games. Yike. Yeah. Our entire team just kind of slipped in a lot of ways. I don't know, didn't have the fire, get kicked out in round 1 like Chicago after they won the cup. Sucks. Feels bad, man, but what can you do? I mean... you have a guy like Jack Hughes, look at what he's done in the playoffs for us. Always, like, literally always point a game or above, besides this last year. That's insane. Jack Hughes, man. Now, Laine we picked up sort of mid franchise, but it wasn't, like, super, super late. Like, I think, yeah, he was here for our cup run. I don't know about these years, though, so I'll just kind of start from here. 18 points in those 22. But we'll see what year was that? Yeah, we won the cup. 22, 23. I think we had him like a year before that, maybe. Yeah, that seems right, because I think we picked him up with those kind of numbers, but he had those numbers in his first year. So, yeah, he had, I mean, one sort of okay year, but then almost point a game for the rest of his time here, or above point a game. Absolutely insane. He was tremendous. Really tremendous. His numbers dip a bit in the playoffs, but he's still very close to point a game, sometimes over it. So, relatively consistent with his production for us. So there you go. Thank you, Patrick Laine. Morgan Eichel was a draftee, and you know what? He was kind of turning into a bust. He only had one season over 50 points. He had 34 goals that year, sure, but that's it. Only one season. This guy was drafted 4th overall, as I remember, so yeah, kind of almost a bit of a bust. Playoff numbers, a lot to be desired. Really a lot to be desired in his playoff numbers. Morgan Eichel, seeming like a bit of a bust, but he did, you know, we tried. He did okay. All right. Kirill Andronov was a draftee of ours. And he's had some ups and downs. 35-point rookie year, 40-point next. Then he had 3 50-point seasons in a row. He's looking like he was on the up and up. Then a major season plagued by injury where he wasn't even on pace for 50 to begin with. And that was a rough year. But he answered back with 2 almost 70-point years. This last year he got 58 points. So I think Kirill Andronov's turning into a great second liner on the penalty kill as well. But maybe the issue is where his yeah, he got 0 points this year, but his playoff production can be pretty low sometimes. But as a second line center, you know, maybe hard to judge in some ways. So Wallstrom hasn't been here for that long, so I won't really bother with him. But Elias Anderson's been here since the beginning. Since the very beginning. So we're going to see him on the tank team. And yeah, and work his way slowly up. But yeah, he had a 50-point year. He's had a lot of those 50-point years, and he's played exclusively pretty much third line on this team. But he's gotten power play time. And he's, I mean, can you blame it? Yeah, and you can't blame me for giving him power play time. Look at this. The last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, he's been 50-plus and 60 points in 1 year. This is our third line center. Absolutely unreal, the production that we got out of Elias Anderson. This guy literally was like the silent hero of almost this entire franchise mode. He's been here since the beginning. He's given us tremendous depth scoring, and he is invaluable on the power play. He's absolutely insane on the power play. And he always is a plus in face-offs. He's just ridiculously good. Just really, he led our depth scoring. This was the guy who our depth scoring came up to. Yeah, absolutely insane. When it comes to the playoffs, I mean, on the third line, you're going to have less and less. But you know what? He put up some solid numbers. He must have been injured that 1 year we won the cup. Yeah, he only played 17. Yeah, he must have got injured there. Or something. Who knows? But yeah, this last year, I mean, 6 points in 7 games. He was trying his damnedest to help us out there, but we just couldn't win. Couldn't get the job done. All right, Vitaly Kravtsov has also been here for a very long time, so let's check him out. Again, another guy who helps lead our depth scoring. He's been a lot on the third and fourth line, but he's never got less than 35 points. Never had less than a 35-point year. And he's had a couple 50-point years. And he had 160. No, sorry. I keep looking at that AHL thing. But look at that, man. Again, just another perfect depth guy that you want. He's got, you know, some solid power play production over the years. Sometimes he's on it, sometimes he's not. Done a lot of switching, and he's done it all with a smile on his face, working his ass off to help this team win. Tremendous job from Kravtsov. And his playoffs numbers did great this last year. You know, again, a more depth guy, but when it comes to it, I mean, 0.5 point a game in this year when we went to the Cup, and I'm pretty sure he was on the third line. Yeah, that's pretty good from a third liner. So thank you, Kravtsov. These guys are mostly all new, so not as long here. We got to go start with the captain here, Brady Shea. Been here since day one yet again. He's had some higher point total years, but for the most part, he's been a solid shutdown guy. And ever since we became more of a competitor, he has not had a minus year. And in fact, he's always got 30 or more points in every single one of those years as well. So the captain, you can't ask for much more than him. This was his best plus-minus year as well at plus 43. And he just did incredible things for us. Took some penalties here and there, sure, but playoff-wise, he was a horrible minus this year. And I don't know what was wrong. Our entire team was just off this year. I don't know what the hell is going on, but they're just off. In fact, he's a minus in a lot of these playoffs. But when you're that good, you are going to be targeted more by the opposition. Okay, Bird, of course. He's been here for a very, very long time. Entered the NHL 2023 and 24. And pretty much has been a mainstay since then as a tremendous defensive talent. Look at that. His career high plus 72. Absolutely ridiculous. Maxwell Bird just came out and became such an incredible force for us. And I can't check his fights from here. Are you serious? He was a fighter, so he'd fought a few times each year. And even now, even this last year, he was a +4 when we lost. God damn, I love you, Bird. So he wasn't here, actually, for our first Stanley Cup win. But he was here for one of them, and that's what counts. Ooh, man. Good for you. We picked up Heiskanen in a trade. I can't remember exactly when. Yeah, hard to say. Let's see if he was here for our Cup run. No, that was their Cup run. They got eliminated, so he must have come in. Ugh. I'm not too sure. Yeah, maybe 22-23 is when he came in. Or 21-22, but that seems like really high. I don't know. I can't remember exactly, but somewhere in here. We did initially get him to be a really good point scorer, but he's only kind of had a couple of those years in there. But usually hitting 40 to 50 points, which is solid. This year, not as much, but we did take him off that power play. He only had 1 point up to that point anyway, though. So, got more points on the penalty kill, for God's sakes. But again, another kind of shutdown guy. A career high of plus 77. That was the year where we had Manning and Schlemko, and our defense just went ham. And we ended up winning the Cup, which we damn well deserved. But unfortunately, couldn't be done this year. I mean, being 0.5 point per game on almost average through in his playoff career is pretty solid. Not quite average, a little lower than that, but the years where we go deep. Yep. Very good. So thank you, Miro Heiskanen. Did tremendous for us. Now, last but not least, we got to look at the man with the frickin' iron hand. Roger Schlemko. He started out as a backup these 2 years, played really great this year. Not so well that year, but I think he was ready for starter in that point. So we made some changes, shipped things off. And that was the year that we had Shesterkin and we won the Cup. And then in a move that shocked the world, we shipped off Shesterkin. Oh wait, didn't we ship off Shesterkin to get Heiskanen? So maybe it was right here where he started. Hard to say. But anyway, he had a great first year starting year. 66 games played, 44 wins, those kind of numbers. That's very incredible. And then he only played 59 games this next year, but 42 wins, those kind of numbers. And 65 games, played 48 wins. I mean, just his numbers speak for themselves. I think he's won a couple of Vezinas and Mastertons, and I don't think he's won a Conn Smythe, but you never know what the future holds for this team. Now that I'm out of the way, clearly I didn't do anything right in this last year, and we got what we deserved in the sim. But let's look at his playoff numbers. That's where it gets good. Now, he had one bad year, and that 1 year was more average. But we did go to 7. Yeah, he had one bad year, but other than that, crazy good shutdown. Cup year. I mean, that could have won the Conn Smythe. Or maybe he did win the Conn Smythe and Jack Hughes went, no, because I'm pretty sure Shesterkin won the Conn Smythe when we had him. And he still did great. He did fantastic in this series. We couldn't give him enough support. Roger Schlemko is your franchise goaltender. He's only 27. You've got like 5 more years at least of this guy being a Vezina candidate almost every year. And a guy who can take you to that Cup finals easily. Easily can take you all the way. So there we are. Think we've covered pretty much all the things that we needed to cover. Got all the main guys taken care of. Shout-outs to Jilson. Shout-outs to Manning. Who else? Who else needs some shout-outs here? That's pretty much it. I think, you know what? For early on, you got to give shout-outs to Howden. We got rid of him to make some things happen, but Howden was Howden was really good for us. And who else? I'd say that's pretty much it for the shout-outs. I'm trying to think of... No one else is popping out in my mind. Who was that fourth liner? I forget. So it couldn't be important. Maybe VC. All right, so there we go, guys. The New York Rangers franchise is officially over. I'm sorry we couldn't win one last cup. Might have been the sim cheese. Maybe I just didn't optimize my lines well enough. Second lines kind of had some issues here and there. They just got completely shut down, and we couldn't find enough overall scoring, even though our depth was killing it. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember to leave that like. Salute your Rangers one last time, and I'll see you guys later.